Hi everyone, it's Kristi. Welcome back to my channel. We are continuing on with our mini manila envelope journals, and I have taken just a strip and covered this where that tape was because the paper had kind of, when it kind of, well, it doesn't really tear it, I don't know, it just shows the white core. And then this one as well did the same thing when I did this. What I'm noticing is it's this paper that has a linen texture to it. That's when I most of the time have some issues in the white core showing through. So what I did with this one was I Mod Podged it. And as you can see, I had less. I had a little tiny bit right there, and I just took this felt tip pen, touched it up, and kind of smeared it around. Not that noticeable, so that you can still have, but I mean, you can see the white core here where the holes are, but that doesn't bother me. I'm going to tie a ribbon around this for a closure. So I have these three here. This is the one we're working on together, and I do need to add a little bit more glue in here. If I wasn't doing a basic journal, this one too, lifting right there. If I wasn't just doing the basic journal, I probably would have added some lace to that, and it would have been a little bit more flexible, but that's okay. So today what we're going to do, and like I said yesterday, or whatever day it was. I don't know when this video is going to go up. You could leave it at this and just be done with it and tie some string around it, or some lace or some ribbon. I've got leftover ribbons for Christmas. This would actually go nicely with this. I think I might keep that one. This is actually from my mom and I, well, my mom bought them and then she referred me to them, so I bought them. We found these Mylar bags on QVC. Would I buy them again? Not for retail. But they were on clearance, and that's the only reason we bought them. But each of them had two of these strings in it. So I actually have two of these. And, you know, they're kind of looped around like this, around the bag, and then when you pull it, it cinches. The Mylar wasn't real durable. I found that the size of the packages was, I ended up with a bunch of little tiny bags and used up the regular size ones right away. So, but it was fun, and I said I'm going to save every one of the ribbons from those because they were satin ribbons, and I'm going to use them again. So that's probably what I'm going to use for a couple of these at least. For the closure. Recycle, recycle, recycle. But today we're going to add some ephemera, if you will. Homemade ephemera, not real ephemera. We kind of use the term broadly, but ephemera is something, I think the definition is something was meant to last for the day. So it's things like receipts, things like little notes. It was something that was just meant for the time and then meant to be pretty much discarded, but people kept them as tickets, tags, receipts, postcards, those kinds of things. And so we have kind of modified that in the journal world and started making our own, because we use those types of things for pockets and tags and tucks and things, and we've kind of incorporated them into the designs now, and we just kind of make our own ephemera. A lot of people use original ephemera in their books. I don't use a lot of it because I don't have a lot of it and I don't want to purchase it. I'd rather recycle what I have. And I use some digitals, and I mostly use digital collections because then I can print what I want, need, not have an excess. But I do buy collections like this from Hobby Lobby from time to time when they're 50% off. But anyway, let's talk about what I usually include in a journal. Now, I talked about this before. I have this checklist, and it is available on my Facebook, in my Facebook group. And the link to all that is in the description box. And they print out 6 to a page, and I use these for each journal just to kind of jog my memory what I want to include. So we're going to start with this, and the first thing that I usually like to put on a journal is a front and back cover. And like I said, I'm not going to ink. I'm not going to punch. That's one of the reasons I decided not to use the edge punch, because I wanted to keep this basic. You can use whatever glue works best for you here, but I'm just going to glue on 3 sides. It is still a little chilly in here. It's warmer today. It's 62 in here, so not too bad. But the glue likes it a little warmer. I see that little piece of something. And then I'm just going to kind of center that right there. And then I will put something in that later. Do the same thing on this side. Yeah, I don't know if you can see the texture of this paper or not, because I don't think my focus will show, but it's got a linen texture, and I find that this is the one that I have the most issues with on that, the core bleeding through when I fold the paper. It doesn't tear all the way through, it just, that ink is only on the top layer of that paper, so. Alright, so pockets. These are 2.5 by 3.5. There's no set size. Use whatever size you like. But I usually like to have one on the front and back. And then I will usually, because most of the paper that I buy or even print, I will usually put my ephemera pieces on the back of the designer page. So the next thing what I want to include after the front and back pocket is a decorative envelope. And so that'll go here. And what I've done is just taken one of the cutoffs here, and I'm just going to kind of fold it, no real measurement, I just want to make sure I'm straight. And so I'm just going to fold that up and then kind of fold that down and just make a little envelope. Like I said, I'm not worried about it being exact, I'm just worried about it being straight, because it will bug me if it's not straight. So there we go with that. So I folded it up about a little over 2 inches and then folded it down about 1 inch at the top. I'm just going to glue here and here. And these are really quick, simple envelopes. Now I'm noticing that I'm not straight on that side, so I'm just going to clip that off. And if I had tried to do that before I glued it, it would have been all kinds of crooked. So, all right, and the way I like to put them in the book is just with a paper clip. Now, there again, you can fancy up the paper clips as much as you want, but I am just going to tuck this over the top. And actually, I'm going to skip that first one, and I'm going to go to the second one, I think. There we go. Oh, now it's the same. All right, let's go back to the first one. And you know what? It's with the paper clip, so I mean it can be moved around. If I want to move it around later, I will. But for now, I'm just going to clip that there, and then I'll clip the other one back here. Oh, let's glue it. So, still waiting on the heater guy. Supposed to be coming out on Friday, which is tomorrow, between 1 and 5. And then my husband comes home yesterday and says the water heater is leaking all the way out to the driveway. And it's at the other end of the driveway, so had to call the warranty company again for that. So I'm waiting on that company to call me and schedule an appointment. It's like, oh my gosh, why does everything have to happen at the same time? I want it like that. I think I did it backwards on this one. But that's the main reason that I add them to this, is because they're white on that side. Now, if you wanted to save that, you know, white space for journaling, you can do that too. All right, so the next thing that I have would be a left-right corner flip. So that is an easy one. It's a square. And is that the same pattern again? I didn't do very good at mixing these up. Yeah, I did. So I'll put that on the next one and we'll come back to that page. Let's put it on this one. Yeah. And like I said, it was 3.5 strips, so I cut it 3.5 the other way, and I'm just going to fold it diagonally. And this makes the corner flip. Okay, but it can also be used to tuck things in. So it'll go on a page like this. I'm going to tuck here, so I want to put my finger here and not apply the glue there, and just apply the glue to the right angle. Okay, attach it down about 1/8 of an inch, or where I think it looks good. And then of course, like I said, this will be a tuck and a place to write as well. Now sometimes I'll make a little clip, paper clip kind of decoration, and I'll clip that on the pocket and that'll keep it closed. But if you do use your little fingernail here, that kind of will keep it laying down. And then let's do the other side. Well, that didn't go right. Usually I have my bone folder down here and I can just go right underneath there. There we go. Okay, and we'll just attach this one. I want it this way, so I'm going to flip it and glue the right angle. Oops. Did you see that? I just put glue right inside of it. Pull that off. Okay. And in the corner. Once you get it where you want it and it's not sliding, then you can just open that and burnish it. Okay. All right. So after the corner flips, we have side tucks. So I'm going to go back to that other page. And the side tucks, I just usually will use the length of the page, or the height of the page. So I cut these at 5, which is maybe 5.5. I don't remember. What did we do the size of the page? Yeah, 5.5. And then I'm going to glue on 3 sides. So it'll make a nice little tuck. And you can do this any way you want it, but I like to have it on the outside edges. So that lined up. I'm going to kind of, there we go. I don't want any glue. Got a little bit of glue oozing and I don't want that. So there we go. Nice little tuck spot. And these are little chubby booklets, so that'll be really fun. Do the other side here. Yeah, I think I want it this way. I'm right-handed. Make sure I didn't stick that to anything else. That's what happens when the glue oozes out a little bit. And I want that right on the edge. You have a little wiggle room with the beacon. Okay. All right. So now we've got our side tucks. We've got some more pockets. So let's see. We've got an envelope. We've got the side tucks, and then we've got the flip. And let's do, on the next one, let's do another pocket. And so I've got the same as before, the 2.5 by 3.5. And I'm just going to glue it on 3 sides. This is one of the things that I really enjoy about this. It depends on your style. You make it how you like it. If you like more decoration, then use more decoration. If you like things very simple and clean lines, you know, you choose the paper that you like that goes with your get on there. That goes with your personality, and then like I said, this is a little chubby, so it doesn't want to go under to find that other page. You don't have to do that. I could be flipping it through, make it easier on myself. But yeah, you know, just modify it to your likes and your style. My style has changed since I started doing this. I like a little bit more grungy kind of things now than I did before. When I was scrapbooking, you know, I haven't done scrapbooking since 2006 or 7, but when I was doing scrapbooking with paper, I liked the nice clean lines and simple pages with one embellishment or whatever. But in journals, it's like I can't get enough of the texture of the lace and the fabric and the bling and all of those things. So, all right, so then we have the pockets on, and now we have the center page. And what I want to do on this is a belly band. So I've got a horizontal and a vertical, and I took one of the cutoffs. We had that 1 inch by 8.5. So I cut a piece that's 3.5. That's going to go right in the middle of this page for a belly band. And then I cut this piece at 5. So this is the other side of that belly band. And that's just going to go right there in the middle as well. Oops. And you know, if you don't like eyeballing it, measure. I seem to eyeball more than I used to. But, you know, do what makes you happy. So now it's getting chunky and I haven't filled it with anything yet. So I'm going to make some little tags and some little journal cards and things to tuck in these pockets. I've got this pocket here as well. And we'll be back with a flip through, and I'll finish up all 3 and show them to you, and we'll be finished with this these mini manila envelope journals. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.